Dagummit, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of today's podcast, where nothing's off the table, including our drinks. My name is Alec.
And my name is Brandon. Today we're going to be drinking a homemade cocktail
Concocted by my girlfriend, Chow, consisting of grapefruit soju, Yakult, and Sprite. Put it in your mouth, chew it neat like you would a regular boiled egg.
Gosh, that is just...
And what else did we do? Found several restaurants that are really popular there that they thought would be immensely popular in the U.S. Shakey's, I've never heard of it. Kenny Rogers Roasters, which apparently Kenny Rogers owns a very famous chain of chicken restaurants.
There you go.
And
Kenny Rogers.
Especially the Philippines for some reason. They're everywhere. Ate at Jollibee a lot. It's like their McDonald's, except they also have McDonald's. So it's not. It's just like they're everywhere. And they're open 24/7, which is awesome because we stopped doing that in America since COVID, which sucks. I hate it. Ate at a fancy restaurant at the hotel we stayed at. Had some nice drinks. It's probably something I'm forgetting. I just don't know what. Excuse me. Got any questions?
Oh, okay. I was literally about to ask, like, are you ready for questions?
And then I came back. I think that was it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll think of more. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Drugs.
Drugs.
How did you know that this was a popular thing, or how did you figure it out?
Well, so we were in Malecon.
What's the drug again? Sorry.
It's called MoMA.
MoMA.
When I was in Malecon, I had vaguely heard of it before, and I'm pretty sure I watched a video on it, which is why I kind of knew what it was. So when I got there, I had forgotten it was the Philippines. I thought that was like Thailand or like India or something. And so when we got to Malecon, I would see these signs everywhere that said, "Don't spit MoMA here. No MoMA allowed. Like, don't spit on...
Spit?
Yeah, don't spit on sidewalk." So basically, MoMA is like, from what I can remember, I think it's a mild psychedelic, or like it just like gives you a buzz or something. And it's like this, I think it's like a seed or a fruit or something, and you put it in your mouth like chewing tobacco, and then you chew on it, and then you spit out like you would tobacco, you just on the ground. And apparently it was a problem, especially with like little shops. People would spit in front of us. They had signs posted like, "Hey, don't spit your freaking MoMA here. It's gross."
So perfectly legal.
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, I didn't try to buy any. I didn't ask for any.
As far as you know, you could just buy it in the store.
Yeah, from the videos I've seen, you could just buy it in the store. And yeah, there were signs everywhere. And I saw a few people doing it. They were like spitting it into the sidewalk. But yeah, it seemed to be pretty normal there.
How do you spell it?
MoMMA. MoMA drug.
That's Mama.
It's pronounced MoMA. That's Mama June. That's not what you're supposed to look
Mama June.
MoMA drug. Oh, it's 1M.
What the crap? That looks like coconut shavings on a leaf.
I learned about this like 2 days ago. It's a betel nut with it's like basically lye. It's an acid that gets combined together with this leaf.
That's right.
And the leaf stops it from burning your mouth.
The acid cuts into your skin so that you can get the betel nut more easily into your bloodstream.
So it's the betel nut.
It's the betel nut, yes.
But it's called like MoMA.
But it's not just the betel nut.
MoMA is a combination of all ingredients.
Three. Yeah, and then they chew it.
Those three.
And then they get like red stained teeth. I don't know if it showed it anywhere. I guess.
The most addictive drug in the world.
Oh, look, there it is. It's the most widely used, for sure.
Yeah, apparently a lot of people really enjoy it.
Yeah, like that.
Gives you this like red teeth.
Did you see that? Did you see the red teeth?
No, I saw people spitting it out because mostly when we were in Malecon, we stayed with our tour guide and our other companions that were hiking with us. And from what I know, nobody in our group used it.
Did you have a tour guide most of the time?
Yeah. He was there the entire time, as far as I know. I mean,
The entire time?
well, yeah, because so what we did was we drove there. He drove us there along with like 3 or 4 other guys that assisted him in driving the vans to get us there. We slept in the van on the way up there. It was about a 9-10 hour drive.
Wow.
Then up winding mountain roads, which was uncomfortable, but it was
Yeah.
great. I would definitely do it again. It's pretty cheap to do all this in U.S. money. U.S. money for one person was about $60 or $70, and that includes a basically 9-10 hour van shuttle that included, bathroom breaks and then also lodging when you get to the mountain. So they provided our stay and provided 3 meals a day that they cooked for us that we didn't pay for.
What?
The only thing that we paid for was the souvenirs that we bought on the way there and then on the way back, and then
How long were you there?
the breakfast going.
Just a day?
We were there. So we left at, I think, 10 p.m., 9-hour drive. So we got there early in the morning, around 8 a.m., 9 a.m. From there, we took a nap at the house that they had us lodged at. And then we went hiking, I think, around 1 or 2 p.m. The hike was about 2 hours up the mountain to get to the top of Mount Fato. Stayed up there, got some pictures along the way. Very steep climb. I think it was like 1,870 meters, if I remember right. I don't know what that is in feet, but I know like 1,760 yards is a mile, and so 1,870 would be more than a mile. So we're like maybe 6,000 feet in elevation, 6,200 feet elevation.
You say like $60?
$70 roughly, I would think, because it was.
It's like a fancy dinner. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, I think it was 3,250 Filipino pesos per person,
Wow.
and 1,000 pesos is around $20. So around $60 or $70.
Hey, did you see that
See what?
behind the screen?
What's behind the screen? Oh yeah, go to your room.
No.
Yeah, I saw him earlier. I don't want to hear.
I didn't even know that. I didn't even know
Yeah,
what's happening.
I'm ignoring him. Anyway, so yeah, about $70 per person. It was really awesome. He took lots of pictures for us. Then those pictures he gave back to us for free. He had a very nice camera, taking pictures of everybody for us. He was very nice about it. Then after the hiking, it was another hour and a half, 2 hour hike back down. That's when it started to rain, which I thought was pretty fun, because hiking in the rain, what I thought was a jungle, was like kind of a fantasy dream of mine. It's like
your Indiana Jones.
Yeah, being like cold, wet, foreign terrain through this fantastical area.
Did you have a machete?
I didn't have a machete, but that would have been cool. Dang it. No, the paths were pretty clear for us. We didn't have to get through any foliage. Also, they didn't want us cutting things down. There was a lot of mushrooms. That was pretty cool.
Oh,
Then,
you're really into drugs lately.
No, it's just regular mushrooms, like white ones
Psychedelics.
and just weird
That's
ones.
sick.
What? And so, I later found out Philippines is a tropical rainforest, not a jungle. Whoops. But I went during
Whoops.
What's
the difference?
beginning of the rainy season. I think a jungle gets a little bit more humid and hot, just slightly so, and they have significantly more rainfall per year. I think a jungle has like X number of feet of water that they get per year. Or per month, I can't remember.
So let's talk about the food. What's some of the best things you ate over there? In detail.
In detail. Well, the oh gosh.
What was your favorite things? You talked about eating at your girlfriend's family's house.
Yeah.
Talked
Her
about
mother is an
in
excellent cook.
malls.
Her mother's an excellent cook. We had kare kare,
restaurants.
which is like, from what I remember, it's like parts of like beef parts that have been stewed in this like peanut sauce with like vegetables. I don't remember exactly all the ingredients that are in it. That was really good. My favorite dish was chicken adobo because that's like the national dish of the Philippines, and it was just incredible. I see why. It's like a sweet chicken dish that has this like thin watery sauce that you can put on your rice to make it taste the exact same. I ate a lot of that. Thank you. There were so many dishes, and I don't remember their names because they're all in Tagalog, which I do not speak. Because I'm so white, a lot of people thought it was funny seeing a random, really, really pale guy in the Philippines. Got a lot of looks,
I mean,
especially since I wasn't there during the summer season, which is the like height of tourism. I was there in the opposite time of year when people don't go, because there's a lot of typhoons that are typically around during that time that I visited. But I think it was better. A lot of people, especially her family members, like to compare their skin tone to mine because it's just so different. And, you know, they don't get a lot of whiter people in the Philippines very often. And I'm also considered really white here in the U.S. So it's just strange for people to see me out and about.
here?
Yeah.
No, disagree.
You tell me all the time that I'm really white.
I don't.
Yes, you told me today.
You're normal. It's like
you're
this like
normal.
tanning fixation in the
Not that being
US.
dark is not normal.
This tanning fixation, I'm not talking about other skin colors and races.
You said you're normal.
I'm talking about white people. White people normal is you.
I'm average white.
You are average white.
Okay,
Yes, yes.
Don't say normal. That makes people feel unincluded.
Normal, average, same thing. And I'm sick of it being not. No, like, so you, like, you are average white.
I'm standard white without.
Like, this
additives.
fixation on being tan and everything is just weird.
I'm standard white.
Like,
without
being fair
additives.
used to be, you know, desirable. Like,
In some parts of the world,
less than 100 years ago.
Yeah. But yeah, I also don't tan very easily. I just burn and then I get white again.
Have you tried spray on tan?
I would never. But over there, they took extra care to make sure that my skin didn't get damaged, which I very much appreciated. Always was reminded to put sunscreen on because I usually forget. And
What was the weather like?
we carried umbrellas around. Average weather, probably 82 Fahrenheit, with like 88% humidity all the time. Malakong was
Ugh.
the coldest place that we went to by far, and I think the lowest temperature it got there was 72 Fahrenheit, and that was at like midnight. And even then,
Bet that felt nice.
it did. The humidity there was like 70%, especially since my the place we stayed at, I don't remember it having AC. So we just we just had to stay there without AC with the windows open.
Is air conditioning normal there
Not really.
in the Philippines in general?
Like, so the places, a lot of residences, from what I understand, would have like one unit that would cool like one or two rooms of the house when it would get like super hot during parts of the summer. Other places like the big malls, they have AC. The like big resorts and hotels and stuff for tourism, they also had air conditioning, but it's very expensive to run AC units during times of the year because, you know, in a country that's typically 90 degrees Fahrenheit with 80-90% humidity, running AC to get down to that like 70 degrees Fahrenheit is just too much and blows units. And also the people there seem to have gotten used to that temperature. So like,
Yep.
like
imagine.
especially my friend, 70 Fahrenheit was very cold for her. So when I'm feeling good and barely sweating inside of a mall, she's freezing. And that was like, seemed to be kind of normal for a lot of people.
I bet a nice cold splash from your bidet felt good.
The grip.
Bidet's normal over there?
Yeah, bidets are normal. They don't really use toilet paper. I didn't.
Yeah, down with big toilet paper. Down with big toilet paper.
I didn't realize this
Primitive. What are you,
until
freaking
until I was corrected.
primate.
Until I was corrected later on. I like toilet paper, by the way.
It's because you
Until-
grew up with it.
Yeah.
Because big toilet paper shoved it down your throat.
Hey, Charmin, not a sponsor.
Yeah, you a freaking bear?
Well,
I
no.
think you'd be a cub.
Hey, that's sick. But a lot of places.
Hey, it's July now.
So what was weird is like my first experience there was at Shakey's. That was the first restaurant we ate at. I got so confused because I had forgotten that this was a thing. So I went inside the bathroom and I opened the stall. It's like, F is this? There was no toilet paper. There was a trash can, and then there was this like kitchen sink spigot attached to the back of the toilet seat. And I was like, oh crap, I'm supposed to use a bidet. And so I immediately shut the door and I went to the next stall over. Luckily, it had tissue paper. So I did use the bidet. I just kind of guessed.
Tissue paper?
Yeah. So apparently,
What do you mean? Okay, wait. What do you mean guessed? Like you don't know how to wash yourself?
I don't know how to use a
You
bidet.
guess it in the
I
shower?
don't know how to use a bidet
It's
properly.
just spraying it off.
Yeah. Well, there's probably a technique that I'm not aware of. So, like,
There's a technique if you're
Yeah.
like trying to get more out of it than
So
just
you-
cleaning yourself.
yeah. So you got the thingy, the rinser. I didn't know I was supposed to use my hand. Do I use the paper? Do I like
oh
just
gosh.
spray? Do I get the paper?
Did you get your hand
and wipe?
involved too?
And then wipe? I didn't know what the technique
He's
was.
freaking in there using both hands as the bidet's going.
Listen, so this is what I did.
He's freaking shoving the bidet somewhere it shouldn't be.
That's like a shower. So what I did was,
What do you do with the shower nozzle? That's different than what I use.
you don't have to use the shower nozzle. You got your hand. But anyway, you got your hand, you got your soap. So
That's sick.
what? How are you gonna get clean? You're filthy. You got a filthy anus. But what the technique that I don't even know. This is probably wrong. Who knows? But I would, spray and pray where it felt like I was getting, debris off.
Yeah.
Then I would follow up with the tissue paper, and I would see, oh, am I when's it gonna come up? Just
It gets
wet,
it.
just wet instead of dirty and wet. And so
Buddy.
I just kept doing that until it was clean, and I didn't realize you're not supposed to flush the toilet paper. What I thought was toilet paper in the
Yeah, it's not toilet paper over there.
no, it will
Because they don't expect you to freaking use it for your butt.
Yeah, it's on a roll, like toilet paper is. I later found out it's tissue paper, which is different. You're not supposed to flush that. That's what the trash can was for. I didn't realize that was a trash can for the paper. I thought that was a trash can for, like my gum, if I had any, or, a wrapper. So, of course, I flushed everything everywhere. My bad.
Oh my gosh.
And
Clog the toilet.
probably somewhere. No, I never did, actually clog a toilet. But
Not that you know of.
that's also true. The 5-star hotel, incredible. The Okura it was the most impressive toilet I've ever seen.
It's one of the Japanese toilets.
It was. So
Is it a Toto?
I don't, actually, yeah, I think it was because that word sounds familiar besides Wizard of Oz.
Oh.
The Aussie wizard. But it was like this little bathroom stall thing in the bathroom, like another separate part of the bathroom. You would open the door, you would walk in, and as soon as you cross the threshold, the lid would lift for you without intervention.
Yeah.
Then if you decided to sit down, usually I would just pee. But if you sat down to do number 2, the seat would sense your pressure and immediately heat up. So you never sat on a cold toilet seat. As soon as your butt touched it, it was hot.
Nice.
It was at good temperature.
Yep. It's Toto.
Then from there, there was a thing mounted on the wall that was like a control box for how you wanted the toilet to operate. There was a start-stop button. That was for the bidet. It had a back and a front. I didn't use the front. Found out that was for women. Then the back, you would press it, and then you could adjust the pressure.
Ah,
Well, because I don't, you could adjust the pressure,
front.
which I got really bold. I wanted to see how high the pressure was. That was a mistake. I'll never do that again. That scared me.
Yeah, freaking fire hosing it into
That
itself.
scared me so much.
It's lifting you off the seat. It's so freaking hard.
Oh, I did. I stood up. Whoa!
Hey.
Immediately turned
What's
up.
going on here?
all the way back down. So I let that run, and then there was like an oscillator thing, so you could like change the position of where your anus was for it to hit.
Yeah.
And then after adjusting those things to get your bullseye, you would hit the stop button. You would hit the stop button, and then there was a dryer, and then you'd press the dryer button, and it would fill the bottom with like warm air that would dry your buttocks for you. It took forever. You'd have to sit there for a while.
Yeah.
But that was nice, and then I'd use the tissue paper to dry out the excess, like everyone does with their hands in a sink.
Right. Yep.
And then there was like
Everyone does it with their hands.
Yeah.
I agree. Yep.
2 buttons for flushing.
Wipe it.
Heavy flush, light flush. Pretty cool stuff. It's an amazing toilet.
Those Japanese toilets are insane. Toto toilet seats themselves, not the toilet. You probably sat on a Toto toilet. It was like all-inclusive unit. All Toto.
Yeah.
But just the toilet seat to put on your at-home toilet is like over $1,000. It's like
Yeah.
$1,200, $1,300.
I wouldn't spend that much on this toilet.
The toilet is probably $2,000 to $3,000.
It was
Not just the seat.
It was a fancy hotel. It was a nice hotel. But what was shocking is, so the hotel, of course, was 5 stars. Did not know that going in. You and I have been to D.C. before, where we've stayed at the Hilton Inn or the Holiday Inn or whatever it was,
Right.
with our other friend of ours in D.C. Wasn't that like $230 a night when we stayed there?
In DC?
Yeah.
We didn't stay in DC.
Yeah, we did.
No, we stayed in Philly.
Was that Philadelphia?
Yeah.
Irrelevant. One or the
Yeah,
other.
we stayed in Philly. Barry.
We stayed in Philly. Wasn't it like $230 a night?
Yeah.
At that little, oh yeah, it was, because we were over that awning or whatever. It was like $230 a night. The Okura Hotel in the Philippines, when converted into U.S. currency, is about $220 a night. So you're getting a much better deal. Actual free continental breakfast, because I remember your stupid blunder
Yeah.
where we had to pay $30 for a small buffet. This place, their buffet
blunder.
for breakfast was incredible, especially for it to be free and included. And when we checked out of the hotel, they gave me a shuttle to the airport, which I did pay for, but to pay for it was like $3.20 when I converted it, so it's fine.
Nice.
They said that since I was leaving so early in the morning that I wouldn't get to take advantage of their complimentary breakfast. So they ended up packing me and my girlfriend a packed breakfast basket, which is like this really big gift box that had like a bento box in it. It had hot coffee, hot milk, orange juice. It had 3 glass jars of apricot jam, blueberry jam, and strawberry jam. Then it also came with like a box of different breads, like croissant, a roll, something else. And then I think there was a couple other things. I didn't get to eat any of it because I had to hurry to the airport. Unknown to me, when I got to the airport, you can't go inside unless you're a passenger. And so I was the only one leaving. So I couldn't get my stuff inside except for to get through, not customs, but like my baggage claim and things like, or my checked baggage and things like that to get everything through. So I ran out of time so that I could make it through immigration so that I could actually leave the country. But she told me the food was great, especially the jars. I would have loved to get one of the jars.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Speaking of food.
Huh.
What do we got here?
Oh, this is a bunch of random things that I got from the Philippines. Gifts, mostly. These boxes are called yema, and they're flavored. They're basically candies, and I'll let you try some.
They look like caramels.
They're similar. This one is the plain flavor that I want you to try. The other ones are flavored with different ingredients.
Plain. What's queso?
Queso. You can see the picture. Queso is cheese.
Queso?
Queso.
Right. Leche.
Leche. That's my favorite.
Well, then why can't I eat leche?
Because you need to know what the baseline tastes like before you try the special flavors.
I want to go right to the good thing.
Here. Here. Hey. I'm handing you one. Put that down.
Here.
Put that down. No, eat it.
Oh, okay. Does he want one?
No, he doesn't.
How does one consume this? What is the proper way?
It's candy, so eat it like you would candy.
Dude, this is liquid.
Don't do anything special to it. Just unwrap it and eat it. What are you doing over there?
Pointy side.
That's what I do. You just like,
What's it made of?
just eat it.
What's it made of?
Eat it.
Am I gonna die?
Probably not.
It's a triangle or a pyramid.
The eye of, what's it called? The eye of truth. What's that thing called? That's my favorite. Good? Oh, yeah. Sweet, ain't it?
Yep.
It's kind
The
of like,
reason I don't like
like
little
caramel?
hard caramels
they're not
because
soft.
they're so hard.
It's kind of like a praline, but soft,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's good.
It's
Yeah.
like caramel.
It's
but
really
soft.
good.
It's like
It's got
more,
like the grit of a
yeah, it's
praline.
got the like
Yeah.
grainy stuff of like
Yeah.
It's
just
good.
like sugar
This is
in there.
really good.
It's mostly sugar, from what I understand, and then I think there's an egg yolk, and then I can't remember what else gets added. But here we've got the plain one, queso, which translates to cheese, but it's not like we think of cheese. It's just like solidified dairy, I guess, which is what cheese is when you think about it.
Like cottage cheese.
No.
No.
Stupid.
Idiot.
Stupid idiot. This was a gift from her mom, which I brought back, and she wanted me to share with others because they found out that I wasn't sharing, so I had to start.
You have to share. Hey.
What? No, he doesn't want any. He's on a diet. Look at him. He's not a person. Look at his
You don't
hands.
want one? You don't want one?
No, he doesn't want one. Stop asking him.
Oh, he's on a diet for the
He's on-
fight.
He's on a diet for fighting because he
Fighting.
doesn't know how to diet.
He's gonna fight soon.
Well, he's going to try and he's going to lose, as we all know. Look at that. That's perfectly unwrapped.
His butt. There's a fight coming up on this podcast, by the way, soon. We're gonna broadcast the fight.
No.
Yeah, we are. It's going on the channel.
Yeah, cheese.
Can Barry have a cheese? I think I like cheese better. Dude, how did you open this?
Like an adult,
This is suitable for the microwave.
do not do that. I don't know if you can, but don't do that.
Why?
I don't know, just don't. Feels weird.
Okay, what were these again? One more time. Yeah,
Yema.
Okay. What else?
Trying to remember the other stuff I ate. Oh, shrimp sinigang was like a sour shrimp soup. Yeah, it was one of my favorites there. There was crispy pata, which is like, I don't remember if it's pig face or not, but it's like pig parts that have been like made crispy, and then you would peel it off of the bone and you would eat it, and it was crispy and meaty. chicharrones, which pork skins is what we call them. Or sorry, pork skins, pork rinds is what we would call them here in the U.S.
Dagummit.